Covid, the principal large trial of the data age and what it could mean for. The conversation is subsidized by the National Research Foundation, 8 colleges, including the Cape Peninsula University of Technology, Rhodes University, Stellenbosch University and the universities of Cape Town, Johannesburg, KwaZulu-Natal, Pretoria, and South Africa. It is facilitated by the universities of the Witwatersrand and Western Cape, the African Population and Health Research Center and the Nigerian Academy of Science. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is a strategic partner. More. The late Harvard humanist Daniel Bell quite a while in the past anticipated the happening to the data society, which he said would before long supplant modern culture. Chime anticipated logical specialists driving government strategy, administrations taking over from assembling and PCs turning into the primary method of cooperation between individuals. What matters, he wrote in his exemplary The Coming of Post-Industrial Society, 1973, isn't crude muscle force, or energy, however data. The new society, about which he was somewhat hopeful, would be a reality by around 2020. The COVID emergency has tossed into sharp help the patterns Bell and other data society scholars distinguished. Truth be told, I accept we are going through the principal genuine trial of the data society proposal. Entire populaces have now been driven on the web. Amazon, Tesco and our number one takeaways are open while most production lines and modern plants are retired. Fundamental administrations have been ensured. Instructing and stamping have moved to the internet. Gatherings are currently virtual. Researchers are without a doubt giving orders, on screen by means of their PCs. Data innovation is empowering individuals to peruse, play and impart, and, presently, help the public authority follow the way of the contamination through an application. The old and other weak gatherings are under electronic just as human consideration. My mom, living alone 400 miles away and recuperating from the infection, is lightened the entire day with exposure calls. My better half's mom has Alexa next to her in her consideration home. In the meantime, 3D printers in private abodes are producing defensive hardware. Well-being messages are traversing. The broad communications have been joined by web-based media in a ceaseless stock of data and assessment. There is a lot to cheer about, at that point, and not simply on Thursday nights. As a non-benefit, we rely upon your help. All of which makes one wonder. Had COVID struck before the mass selection of data and correspondence advancements, may we be seeing a considerably less joined-together kingdom? Who can say for sure what exhausted young people, without Netflix, PlayStation and Instagram, would be doing? Maybe something in accordance with A Clockwork Orange, Anthony Burgess's profoundly upsetting tragic bad dream. So from numerous points of view, the incredible data age test should be made a decision about a triumph. What's to come is here, and it appears to work. Information and protection. In any case, we should add a preventative note. Bell cautioned that the centralization of information in the data society could demonstrate a genuine danger to security. Theodore Roszak, the Californian analyst who instituted the expression nonconformity, was much blunter. In The Cult of Information, 1994, he composed, "Something extremely large, new, and undermining is pervading our political life. For the sneaks, the spies, information overabundance is a blowout. It gives them precisely what they require." Numerous contemporary researchers are saying a lot of something very similar. Data Society contemplates, as I initiated the field back in 2000, has brought about an entire subfield dedicated to the issue, to be specific observation examines. The specialism's author, Professor David Leon, when disclosed to me that the Observation Society is only the other side of the Data Society. However, the issue is existential just as scholarly. Cameras are all over the place. Drones, facial acknowledgement, detours and the sneak line numbers that some over-ardent police powers promote have all gotten standardized. There can be no uncertainty that the framework for complete tyranny is presently set up, should control fall into some unacceptable hands. I accept that reconnaissance has effectively gone excessively far. As somebody presented on an online paper as of late, George Orwell's 1984 is an admonition, not a ridiculous guidance manual. We should obviously take care of our senior residents, the primary casualties of COVID-19. However, we should likewise secure the rights for which their age battled so fearlessly. The main reference point in this is not, at this point 1984, yet 9/11. A considerable lot of the crisis measures may have been revoked, yet there stays a very harmful inheritance. Torment was brought back by the George W. Bush organization and upheld by Tony Blair's administration as an important reaction to the phenomenal risk. Presently, torment is something that heroes here and there do. On this issue, the whole world request is in a more terrible spot than it was. Noam Chomsky. Shutterstock. What, at that point, will be the perpetual store of lockdown once this new tide returns in? More noteworthy state observation, no doubt. As the contact following application is carried out, a UK think tank has effectively declared that an expansion in state reconnaissance is a value worth paying. I don't buy into innovative determinism, which holds that the improvement of innovation decides wide friendly changes. However, history will in general show that helpful advances wind up being conveyed a long ways past their unique capacities. The COVID tracker applications spreading all throughout the planet likely could be the famous dangerous slant. Having quietly noticed lockdown, populaces are probably going to turn out to be more accommodating to following, controlling and general sneaking around by the people pulling the strings. COVID has uncovered that quite a bit of life keeps on working on account of innovation. Society has not self-destructed. Chime and the Data Society scholars would feel vindicated in their overall projections. Be that as it may, we will all have to think more enthusiastically about the ramifications for security. Also, to acquire the language specialist and political mastermind Noam Chomsky's expression, it is most likely the obligation of intelligent people to lead the way.